Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your brother here, coming right back at you once again to talk to you about the art, because there's an art for everything. The art of distraction. And this whole world has been distracted, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? By via all means, you name it. Okay? So, throughout human history, in all of human existence, we have always been distracted in order for evil to take place. In fact, the greatest distraction of all was when our first mother, Eve, fell from grace by falling into an evil distraction which called disobedience, which caused all of us, her descendants, to just die and keep on dying. Okay? So throughout human history, men have been distracted. That's what the devils have done. That's what the governments of the earth who works with the fallen angels. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you one thing, because I'm going to make this video as quickly as I can, believe it or not. Okay? When you think that the governments are hiding evidence, UFO evidence from you, they're not UFOs, ladies and gentlemen. They are not UFOs. They are fallen angels. These people have been, the governments of the earth worship this thing. Remember, we live in a Freemasonic, atheist government. From China to America, which is a Freemasonic nation, which have been controlled and is under control more than ever, through Freemasonry. Let me give you a little bit, some example. For instance, in the Babylon Empire, Nebuchadnezzar, he was always pledging allegiance to gods. So he built this tall statue that people needed to pledge allegiance to. So you see what I mean? Idolatry. You see? Governments have always been in cahoot with fallen angels. And God brought him to his knees and make him eat grass, made him live in the forest like an animal until he came to his senses. Nebuchadnezzar. In the Middle Persian Empire, what was the distraction there? Religions and wars. In fact, the religions, the Islamic religion started there, but it never developed fully. It went the wrong, and then when what the Islamic people, what the Islam religion called the Prophet Muhammad, when he came along, a man who didn't know how to write or read, who used to work as a taxi driver, he was what you would call now a Uber driver or a taxi. Okay? They said that in those days it was commerce. Okay? So next, the Greek Empire. What was the distraction there? Gods, sorcery, and drunkenness. In the Roman Empire, religion, sex, human sacrifice. Okay? Because remember, the gladiators was like meat for the animals, for the lions. Okay? So religion, sex, drunkenness, and of course the gladiators, human sacrificing. They were the sacrifice. They were food for the animals, while people thought it was entertaining. It was entertainment to them. And today is no exception to this rule. today we got climate change, which, by the way, they're working on that and they are pushing that like you. I mean, first it was what humanity went through this last 2.5 years, and now it's climate change. And then you will have wars and rumors of wars, diseases, racism, which racism does not exist, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, what does exist is evil. Okay? That is what does exist, evil. Okay? Racism is just a distraction word to distract the masses according to races. But at the end of the day, and the reality is that we are one human race. Now, if you want to go to the left and follow evil, that's up to you. If you want to, if you go into the right and be with God, with the creator of all things, then great, welcome aboard. But if you want to live on this matrix system, because if you think that the matrix was just in the movie, no, ladies and gentlemen, this is the real deal. This is what Hollywood does through their Freemasonry. They tell you how you are going to live. How 1984, remember the movie? So we're living under that. Ladies and gentlemen, please. You have been lied to all your life. In fact, humanity have been lied to because we have been living under a lie. Remember what the devil told Mother Eve, that she was going to live forever. Well, don't people believe that in the Hinduism religion in India? That you die and you reincarnate again until you get to be gods? It's sad. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, for those few of us that are awakened, if this wasn't real human suffering that we are seeing in front of our eyes every day, it looks like a freaking joke. What we are seeing from the political, I mean, look what Joe Biden, sleepy Joe Biden, hosted in the White House the other day. Some gender bender creatures, and what did he say? Oh, God bless you. Of course, yeah. God, of course, the God that they worship. Because not the God that created everything in order, not the God that goes against nature, not the God that is an insult to human existence, not the God that pushes for abortion. You see how they play you? Okay. So, the military complex, the big pharmaceutical complex, the sports industry, Hollywood, science, politics, you name it. All of this are for the same agenda, to distract you while they let their God bring about their agenda. Okay? And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, when you are possessed by demons, by the devil, there's no logic in your reaction. There's no logic in your actions. For instance, we have a man in the White House who's completely gone berserk. He's protecting another country's economy, sustaining it, and protecting their border, its border in Ukraine. But yet, we here in the United States have a wide open border. See what I'm saying? Everything is being done because that's what he has been told. Okay? He's been doing this not just to cause distraction, but to bring down America. America is coming down, ladies and gentlemen, whether you want to believe it or not. Remember in chapter 24 what Christ says to the disciples in verse 6, there be wars and rumors of wars. But do not be discouraged. Do not be afraid. Okay? You remain. For those who persevere till the end shall be saved. Okay? You understand? So do not be surprised. The devil is an opportunist. And he's going to take advantage of all the crises that they are bringing about by design. You name it. Diseases, you name it. And people are so blind that they're not seeing it. So there's an art for everything. And we have the art master of all time, the devil. Okay? In fact, humanity has learned to worship this thing. You name it, through a history. I mean, you talk about the Egyptian dynasty. They used to worship the devil. In fact, one of their god is Nubis, which is the god of death. I mean, how can there be a god of death? I mean, and then all throughout Latin America, what do they worship? The sacred dead. I mean, really? How can death be said? This whole world has become totally nuts. So those that follow God and his 10 commandments and live according to his law, ladies and gentlemen, will be put to the test. Will you stand? Will you persevere? Or will you give in? Through all the provocations that are happening out there. So ladies and gentlemen, do not get it twisted. Okay? Okay? Do not get it twisted. When you think that your government loves you because he allows you that you can do abortion, which is human sacrifice to their gods, that's why they allowed it. I mean, you have the needle cleaning program where people can shoot up drugs and people and so that they don't get infected. That's another form of human sacrifice. Okay, legalizing of marijuana, another human sacrifice. Because the more, if you have a population that's under, that's happy and drugs and everything, then they're so much easier to control. The distraction is to control. The art of distraction is to control. 9/11 was a distraction so that they can have an excuse to attack Iraq, who had nothing to do with this. When in reality, Tim Osman, who happened to be Osama bin Laden, used to work with the CIA. He was a CIA agent. That was his CIA name, Tim Osman. He didn't bring down the towers. He didn't attack the most protected building in the world, the Pentagon. No, ladies and gentlemen, the reality is that was done to distract and to exploit people's emotions, just like the religions do in our world. So you have government leaders and religious belief to distract and to control the masses. Today, Thursday, the 24th, 2022, people are supposedly celebrating Thanksgiving. But they don't want to hear the story. That this was actually, this was not a sit down with the Native Americans. No, that's what they want you to believe. Remember, everything is a lie. 700 women and children, men and women and children were killed by the Puritans back in those days. And that's when the Thanksgiving started. So when you become part of this Thanksgiving, that's exactly. So that's why America is going to get worse, because America and the leaders know it. That's why they're about to release thousands of criminals to the streets, because they want America down. They don't have to worry because they have their own security details. You understand? It's like the restriction that they put 2.5 years ago, and yet they were breaking it all over the place. Okay? This is how the system works, ladies and gentlemen. They make a mockery. They insult your intelligence. It's about time that you realize that you have been hoodwinked, ladies and gentlemen. Please. We've been bamboozled with lies through a history. Humanity, not you as an individual, but whole humanity. And this is why this is the most cruelest and the most clueless and the most distracted last human generation and the most corrupted last human generation, because now you have license to commit sins. You are supported by sins. Let me give you an example to show you how they work it. You got Masons in Brooklyn, which is where I grew up, giving out turkey and giving out free meals to the homeless. See how they do it? Through charity. They want to be seen as good people. Masons, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they do in Bed-Stuy. It's sad. Well, the Roman Catholic Church does the very same thing. But to what end? Do not forget the links that I was saying, you people, my brothers and sisters. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. To me, it's a sad day. Okay? Because it is based on what? On blood, on human sacrifice. See? When you don't, remember what happened in South Korea? Where 100 people or more died because they were celebrating what? Halloween? How fitting. When you give yourself to these lies, then you don't have no moral strength to fight against it. Because you've been part of this. You have been brought into, it's like, for instance, when you think your vote counts, and they want you to make that your vote, they want you to make you believe that your vote counts. I mean, look what happened between Carrie Hobbs and what is it? The other Republican lady, Carrie Lake, in Arizona. See? They're still counting votes. You understand? And they're talking about redoing the whole thing. They want you to believe that your vote counts. Because he said, oh, you see? Vote counts. No, ladies and gentlemen. Even the President of the United States, Mr. Roosevelt, said it. Your presidents are not elected. Your presidents are selected. They are chosen by the powers behind. And they call it a lot of things, what is it? Deep state, whatever. There's no such thing as deep state. There's just a Freemasonic, powerful entity that controls America, plain and simple. And it is bringing America to its knees, to the whore that she has been. She's the second beast, and they know it. Hence, we have this lost soul in the White House because they kind of owe it to him. It's kind of a favor. I mean, and you're talking about Donald Trump coming to the rescue? They're all the same, ladies and gentlemen. Wake the hell up. I've been telling you all these years. So the only way to escape this is to have a strong relationship with your Creator, because He's going to pick His people and bringing out of harm's way. We're going back to the desert, ladies and gentlemen. We are going back to the desert. And going back for a little bit to the Masons in my former hometown, Brooklyn, New York, ladies and gentlemen, where they're giving out, they gave out food to the homeless and everything. Guess what community that is happening at? Of course, Black and Hispanic community. What a freaking coincidence, because we are the most needed one. Because we had everything, but we lost everything. Because how can you have anything when you abandon your creator? We shouldn't even be breathing. And that's why we dying every day, killing each other. We are slaughtering each other on the streets. Walmart manager in Virginia killed what? He went crazy and started killing people. I believe it's 5 or 10 people, I'm not sure. Then you have another guy previous to that went crazy and killed 5 people in a gay nightclub, in a gay bar in what is it? Colorado Springs in Colorado, ladies and gentlemen. And yet this man is a non-binary. I mean, he's completely lost it. This whole human race is lost it. Their concept of reality have been completely twisted, and they want to do whatever the hell they want. In fact, that's what the devil wants you to do. Do as thou wilt shall be the law of the land. Do as thou wilt. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be praying. I'm gonna be praying for the brother Kanye West. I hope he stay prayed up, because they're gonna come after him. He's talking. He's talking about something that I've been telling you all these years, that his mother was sacrificed. How can you expect mercy from a system that asks you to shed innocent blood in order for you to stay atop of the game? Bruno Mars, same thing. After his mother was killed, he got a $70 million deal. And the list goes on and on, just like the brother Kanye West was saying. You know? And once again, so we live in a hypocritical world, ladies. The most hypocritical human generation of all time. You got people taking advantage of other people's emotions, exploiting people's emotions, just like the Black Lives Matter group did. This is how easy it is to work the human mind. I know. I used to work as a door-to-door salesman years ago. So I know. Once they take your mind, that's it. Only a miracle can save you. And humanity's mind is completely lost. There's no logic. There's no sense in their logic at all. What they say? There's logic in my madness. There's a logic to my madness. It's no such thing. There is no logic in this world, period. That's why you see sons and daughters going against, dishonoring their mother and father. These are the last days, ladies and gentlemen. Not of this earth, but of this satanic matrix system. Now, if your attitude is, well, I didn't ask for this life in the first place, so be it if I'm destroyed. Well, that's the satanic mentality. That's exactly where the devil wants it. But if you feel responsible for holding on and preserving and helping others, because it is because you honor your creator this way. No, instead we are destroying life. You know, and the ironic thing, which is not even happening, because there's no outer space, because that's part of the lies. In fact, now we just sent Artemis to space. And you know who Artemis is? She was a goddess from the Greek mythology. Okay? Yes, ladies and gentlemen. She was a, I mean, there's a God for every. There was a God for everything in the Roman Empire. I mean, in the Greek Empire. So she was the goddess of the hunting and of the hunters. If you was a hunter, she will protect you. Now, so we just send her. Of course, she's not gonna get out of space. But these people are so crazy. They got you so deep in the lie that they want you to believe that there's another space, and the Earth is a globe, and we are looking for life in other planets. So yeah, so we can mess it up, just like we messed up this Earth. There's no such thing, ladies and gentlemen. The God talks about the prince of the air, which controls the mainstream media, which is the devil. But he can go as high as he can go. That's it. But there's no. He's the only one that can, okay, that can go to a different level. The earth and this system is his for the time being. But it is coming to its end, and he knows that his reigns and his days are numbered upon this earth. May God bless you, and do not forget the links that I will send you, ladies and gentlemen. But remember, there's an art for everything, and I want you to come out of the spell, because the whole earth is under its spell. In fact, they're talking about what? Climate change 10 commandments. Forget about this 10 commandments. We have new 10 commandments, climate change. You understand? This is ridiculous. And people are falling because they got them distracted. They got to believe in man, being followers of man, of governments, of politicians, of empires. God bless.